win and take home $2 million. It's winner take all. So, two-time defending champ Overseas Elite and the underdog Team Challenge ALS will battle for the grand prize. We're in Baltimore on the campus of Coppin State University to see who will be the champion and leave with the $2 million jackpot.
You're fighting for your life, every possession.
The level of intensity is high.
The intensity for each game is just like, I don't even know how to explain it.
Guys are out there basically killing themselves.
We have to come out, we have to fight together. We have the attitude and the fight of a warrior.
There's nothing else like it out there. It's win or go home.
We're hungry, and that's the biggest thing with our team. We're hungry.
They take home the $2 million prize.
Ah, man, $2 million.
You know, play for something more than just ourselves and the money.
We're playing for a community. The following that we have and the inspiration, it's unbelievable.
And for a team to three-peat, that's history. That's remarkable.
Our collective greatness as a team, if we can pull this off, I mean, it's something that should be written about.
It has come down to this in Baltimore, Maryland. With native son Carmelo Anthony in the house, it's the basketball tournament championship game for $2 million. Melo serving as the honorary host for this final week of TBT. The two championship teams, Challenge ALS and Overseas Elite. One team will go home with $2 million, the other team with $0. And welcome everybody, Doug Sherman with you. This is the finale of a 64-team event that's been going on for the last month, and now it's down to just two for $2 million. This is year number 4 of TBT. We've got 100 fans sharing 10% of the $2 million, and we've also got the two-time defending champion Overseas Elite in the championship game looking for a three-peat. In 2015, the winning prize was $1 million. Last year, $2 million. You know what? They could go for another $2 million tonight. And my partner, Fran Fraschilla, has been there for each of those thrilling games. And Fran, the drama just continues here tonight.
This is great summer basketball because this is reality TV meets the basketball court, because you're not only going to see a high level of play, but the range of emotions will run the spectrum because of what's at stake.
And you know what? Overseas Elite has a core of players that have been together each of the last 3 years, and one of the best players in this event is Eric McCollum.
Absolutely, and you know what? The McCollum household has two good players, CJ, and of course his big brother Eric, who's been outstanding in this tournament. This guy plays at a high level around the world. He's an accomplished professional player, and he puts on a show. But don't forget, Doug, it's more than just McCollum. How about DJ Kennedy, the former St. John star, who's gotten better every year? He may be the most versatile and valuable player in this tournament so far.
Well, he played in the NBA. We've got a number of former NBA players in this game here tonight, and that includes Casper Ware Jr., who leads the way for the opposition.
The Drew League legend in Los Angeles, a terrific player at Long Beach State for Dan Munson. Now on a pro career that started with the 76ers. He's played around the world, most recently France, and boy is he clutch, and he was clutch against Scarlet and Gray the other night. But the leader, the inspirational leader of this team, Sean Marshall, the outstanding former Boston College Eagle, not only doing it on the court, but his inspiration away from the court because of this battle to fight ALS has been amazing.
Fran, let's now go over to the public address announcer for tonight's starting lineups. Take it away, Andy Jick.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Coppin State University for the 2017 TBT Championship game, a matchup between Team Challenge ALS and the never-before-beaten two-time defending champions Overseas Elite. Team Challenge ALS is led by their general manager, Sean Marshall, along with head coach Darren Collison. Overseas Elite is led by head coach Colin Curtin. Tonight's game is a winner-take-all matchup for $2 million. And now let's meet our starting lineups. First, for Team Challenge ALS. At guard from Louisville, 6'3" and number 6, Jerry Smith. The other guard is from Long Beach State, 6 foot even, number 22, Casper Ware. At forward from Boston College, 6'5", number 23, Sean Marshall. At forward from Gonzaga, 6'11", number 33, Austin Day. And the other forward is from Murray State, 6'7", number 42, Ivan Eska. And now let's meet the starters for Overseas Elite. At guard from Goshen, 6'2", number 3, Eric McCollum. The other guard is from St. John's, 6'3", number 23, Harris Horn. At forward from St. John's, 6'6", number 17, DJ Kennedy. At forward from Pittsburgh, 6'8", number 45, DeJuan Blair. And the other forward is from Iowa State, 6'5", number 50, DeAndre Kane.
And now for more on Team Challenge ALS, we bring in the third member of our team tonight, Jen Hale.
Well, Doug, Team Challenge ALS is competing for so much more than just a paycheck, and their mission is resonating nationwide. Tonight, we have many local members of the ALS community with us, and so many more people have taken to social media to express their support. Now, unfortunately, the inspiration for this team, Pete Frates, can't be with us tonight, but he tweeted this out after Tuesday's double overtime win. On to the next one. And his old friend from Boston College, the Atlanta Falcons quarterback, Matt Ryan, is tweeting his support for this squad as well. Now, just a few moments ago, this team got an extra dose of encouragement from Pete's mom, Nancy.
You are making your families so proud, not just because you're in the championship game, of course that's pretty phenomenal, but because you chose to be on this team. It shows that you grew up to be the boys and the men that your mothers and your families want you to be. And I've read a lot this week calling it David versus Goliath. I am so proud to be here. You guys are so amazing. Do everybody proud. Just being here makes us all proud. But go out there and go slay Goliath.
Doug, Team Challenge USA is truly the definition of true teamwork and friendship.
And no question about that. A lot of moist eyes in that locker room. That was about 30 minutes ago. Certainly the guys have composed themselves. Fran, you and I and Jen have to recompose ourselves. It's a wonderful story that's played out over the last month. They have made it to this 6th and final game. Now they've got to put on their basketball hats and go out and play 36 minutes.
Absolutely. Sean Marshall, the inspiration for this team with Pete Frates. He said, we wanted to get our cause out there. We've done that. Now if we can win this thing, it'll be a bonus. And this will be fun because these teams are evenly matched. They have a lot of balance.
Pete Frates, as mentioned, back in Boston at his home watching this game. His name is on the back of each of the jerseys for Team Challenge ALS. They are in their blue uniforms, and the two-time defending TBT champs, Overseas Elite, in the white. And we are underway with a pair of former NBA players, jumping center. Overseas Elite has the basketball first.
Good challenge right here. McCollum and Ware.
Into DeJuan Blair, the former San Antonio Spur. Going to work.
Now you like that because they went right inside and just said, we're going to establish DeJuan Blair.
Well, you know, Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban tweeted out earlier today that he's going to be watching tonight, and he made a point to say good luck to my guy, D. Blair.
Now watch him operate inside early. You see the high-low pass. And one thing we've seen with the whistle on the other end is we've got 3 excellent officials. And these guys, as you see the quote from Mark Cuban, the 3 officials have worked at a very high level, including the Final 4. 2 Final 4 officials, an Elite 8 official. They'll let him play a little bit, but they're not going to tolerate nonsense, and right now they're getting the game established from that standpoint.
That is Jeff Clark right there, also with Brian O'Connell, who you just saw. And Ed Corbett is actually mic'd up for tonight's game, one of the 3 officials. We also have microphones on each of our head coaches, Darren Collison and Colin Curtin. And so with that, with the heat and the intensity and the passion and the fire going on tonight, there will probably be some blue language that we will be bleeping out. And so you will hear audio breaks from time to time just to make sure we keep this as a family show.
Good quick start by Austin Day, who joined this team the second weekend. They're going inside again.
Tough shot. DeAndre Kane, the former Marshall Thundering Herd, and Iowa State Cyclone with 2. Well, this overseas elite team has shown itself to be the premier team in TBT history. They are 18-0 all time. On the other end, Team Challenge ALS trying to take them down.
Yeah, you see DeAndre Kane, a former Iowa State star. He was an All-American at Iowa State, and he's going to team up with 2 former high school teammates in DeJuan Blair and DJ Kennedy. Shenley High School in Pittsburgh. They won a state title. And now I want the fans at home to understand, as you see Colin Curtin, the coach of Overseas Elite, they will let these teams play, but they also have to establish some flow to the game.
Here is McCollum, left it short. Rebound grab by Ivan Aska, 27-year-old from Fort Lauderdale out of Murray State. Ware blocked from behind by McCollum, and then he's tied up.
Well, we said before the game these teams mirror each other. Sean Marshall said he was going to put together a team that could challenge Overseas Elite. And right off the bat, you see tough, aggressive defense from the champion.
Casper Ware took over the semifinal game for Team Challenge ALS. Finished with 28 points on 6 of 13 shooting from beyond the arc. He holds the basketball now. Shot clock down to 8. Austin Day, nice move to the bucket.
This opening couple minutes is going to be a feeling out process for both teams. Both of these teams play with high IQs because they're professional players who have been well coached around the world.
Nice little give and go. Aska off the feet from Day.
He's got one thing in common with DeAndre Kane. Steve Prohm, now the coach at Iowa State, did not coach DeAndre, but there's that connection. But an outstanding Murray State racer.
DJ Kennedy, tough shot. No call. They let him play. Ball goes out of bounds. Back to Challenge ALS.
Austin Day continuing to stay hot. He had the 3 in the corner, then the drive. And then Ivan Aska, who attended the same high school in Fort Lauderdale, Hall of Famer Mitch Richmond did.
Where no. Blair pulls it down.
This is where Kennedy's at his best, open court.
Nice job by Day to kind of shake up his rhythm there. Marshall for 3. He's got it.
Sean Marshall's not only been that inspiration we talked about, but he's had a really good tournament. Outstanding in the semifinal.
Fran, that's 7 unanswered points for Team Challenge ALS. Intensity-wise, this is pretty much what we thought coming right out of the gate.
Absolutely, but at some point the players have to ratchet it down just a little bit, or they're going to find themselves in foul trouble, even though they get 6 personal fouls.
Long 3, Kane. One of 4 NBA players on the floor. Grabs the rebound. This is the former Louisville Cardinals star, Jerry Smith. And Smith raises his hand to say he committed the foul. We've we've got kind of a hybrid set of rules in the basketball tournament. A lot of college feel to it, some pro feel to it, international feel as well, Frank.
Exactly, the one FIBA rule. Ball's on the rim, you can knock it off. Timeouts can be advanced.
Harris Horn misfires. DeAndre Kane from the weak side pulls it down. Nice closeout by Day. And a foul on the rebound. Aska and Blair going chin to chin.
There you go, double technical fouls. I don't think we've seen this level of intensity in any of the Super 16
45 and 42
round of 8 games or the semis.
Stop this nonsense right now. 45. No. Okay, 45 white, 42 blue. Let's stop this right now. Yes. That's enough. That's enough. 2 technical fouls. Out of bounds.
I like it. You know, these guys are going to have to take it down one level.
So Aska and Blair. And that was also the 5th team foul against Team Challenge ALS. And so that puts Overseas Elite into the bonus.
That's exactly right.
There's no shots. First foul. Hold it. The rebounding foul was the 5th team foul.
It should be 2 shots.
The rebounding foul was the 15th foul?
Correct.
Technical foul was the 6th.
We got the team foul. Hold it. Did technical fouls have anything to do with bringing it to the 5th? So that's the 6th?
That's the 6th.
All right, so it's 1 on 1. Or 2. Because it's the 5th. 2 shots.
How was that
2 shots. Yeah. 2 shots because it's the 5th foul. It's the 5th foul. No, technical had nothing to do with it.
Okay. Does he know that's the technical?
So you have an official in Ed Corbett who's a Final Four level official. But he's doing a championship game. He has not officiated
45
until this point. So
it's 2 technical fouls.
He's making sure
the other one,
of the rule.
Listen to me. It's the 5th foul.
Okay.
Okay, and then the technicals would be the 6th foul. Okay? So we're going to stop that nonsense about these guys joining between now.
Talking that's because you're winning.
No. They're talking to both of them.
Double jack 2.
So it's up to them.
Double jack 3. Double jack 3.
They want to do this, we'll give them technical fouls. If they want to play, we'll just let them play.
Look.
No.
We're good.
No, I'm good now.
Yeah, but what the officials are doing are trying to establish control of this game.
IV, double drag 3.
And I know there's a lot at stake, but the players have got to calm down just a bit.
And so again, we have foul shots with the 5th team foul of each segment of each half. Marshall misfires. At the midpoint of both halves, the 9-minute marks, we will reset team fouls, and there are no 1-on-1s. It's all 2-shot fouls. Kane to the bucket off the beautiful feed from Oliver Lafayette.
Well, DeAndre Kane has been really outstanding in this tournament, especially down the stretch. There's a great look by Oliver Lafayette, the former Houston Cougar, who's played at a Euro League level. So he plays the game at a high level. And DeAndre Kane has been, I think he's been outstanding on both ends of the floor. Great defense, timely offense.
After a 7-0 run by Team Challenge ALS, Overseas Elite draws to within 1, and Casper Ware, just as easy as that, drops a 3.
Little ball screen, freed him up, and may not be the shooter his dad was, but he can really knock down the 3-ball.
Blair off the glass, Kane flashes, and Day gives it back to Casper Ware. Day.
That's nice.
Able to beat Blair up the floor.
I like the fact that Challenge big men are getting up the floor.
Step back, Eric McCollum, no. 1 and done for Overseas Elite. Team Challenge ALS has been the aggressor for the most part. Day for 3.
Now we're seeing a little bit more flow from both teams.
Look at him. Hands up, Austin.
pulled the chair out and forced the travel.
When you're a guy like Blair, you invite contact from the defense, and a smart move by Austin Day. Backed away, and as you mentioned, pulled the chair away from him.
Former teammates in the NBA with the San Antonio Spurs.
Rings, right?
NBA champions.
Take a look. Watch Austin Day just back up. It's probably been done at practice, at a Spurs practice in the past.
Yep. Ball poked away. Kyle Fogg able to save it. Here goes Lafayette. Skip past Kane, and they'll bring it back out with 20 to shoot. In they go Blair. Wild shot. Kane, who's been working really hard on the offensive glass, couldn't corral him.
Good defense by Kevin Pinckney, the former Nevada Wolfpack center. Played in the NBA with the Boston Celtics.
Pick and pop, wide open. And the former Celtic buries the three.
He was working on that shot today at the shoot-around. Calmly knocked it down. And Challenge ALS has gotten the first punch in.
12:05 remaining in the first, and we got ourselves a ball game.
Absolutely. Kevin Pinckney getting it done, Doug, on both ends.
On defense, we can run, all right? We got all of our points in transition, okay? Find shooters that are really pushing it on us, all right?
Yo, listen, he's shooting them shits before. I'm going to be up on the level of the screen. Yeah. Weak side catch mine. Yeah. We catch the roller. Yeah, weak side catch mine. If I catch the roller, 45 man got to man up and attack. We get a bonus. Yeah. Everything is L1 free throw. And that's the way it has to foul. Be aggressive.
Hey, he's got 2 fouls, Casper?
That's the way it has to.
Travis, let me get that. Who is Casper guarding?
I don't know. But go guard the guard and let me post him up. If he guard you, post him up.
All right, if you have a guard on him, I want you in the horns. Go off of Kane, the other guy pop, throw it in the Kane, all right? If he's on you, understand? Up strong.
You rolling? I know, I'm in there. You say he rolling?
He's gonna roll, you pop. All right, because we'll get him in post up.
Come on, we here.
We're good, man. They woke us up. They woke us up. They woke us up.
Shot blocker.
Defense on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Defense.
All right, well.
TBT is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. TBT is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
It is a beautiful day here in the Inner Harbor of Baltimore, and a fabulous day for basketball here at the basketball tournament. Now, one of Baltimore's own native sons, the one and only Carmelo Anthony, serves as official host for the basketball tournament. Melo, I imagine the fact that it's here in Baltimore had something to do with your decision to agree to do this. What makes the city so special to you?
Well, the fact that I'm able to kind of host this and bring this to Baltimore, despite of what's going on and kind of the negativity, black cloud that's over our city, that's over my city right now. This is the one way that I could bring positivity, here to the city, and it's through sports. I always say that sports is the connection, is the connector in life, to a lot of things that's going on. So if I could bring basketball here to Baltimore at this level for $2 million, the winner take home $2 million, there's no better place to do it.
Well, and you certainly brought a lot of positivity yesterday with the Day of Giving. You participated. It was a fantastic day to make Baltimore better.
Yeah, we need that. We can talk about giving back to our community all day, but if we're not back there in the trenches, if we're not back there touching the people, talking to the people, listening to the people, then we shouldn't even talk about it. So for me, it was natural. It was for me come home, be able to be around the people, be around the kids, accept the award from the mayor. That was a big honor for me. That was a big moment.
Congratulations on that. I know your future is uncertain and you're at peace with it. Let me ask you to put your analyst hat on for a moment and evaluate the action you've seen out here today. Already pretty chippy.
Well, a lot of these guys play professional basketball, and now you put $2 million at stake, winner take all. So you're going to get that competitive nature, that competitive level, and they are going to play at a high level. So I think the TBT is doing a great job of giving them incentives to go out there and play hard. And for $2 million, man, I just hope nobody get hurt, but I want to see some physical play and everybody just enjoy themselves.
I think they are. Melo, thanks so much for your time, and you enjoy your time at home.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Doug.
Thank you, Jen. A little Baltimore basketball royalty in the house.
Oh, yeah, and there's no place like it. Spent a lot of time here as a college coach, and Baltimore has that proverbial chip on its basketball shoulder. Oftentimes the kids here don't get the attention that the guys in Washington, D.C. and New York get. Always love coaching Baltimore guys.
Yeah, college recruiters from around the country know to come to Baltimore. Casper Ware, no. The follow tip. Marvell Harris, the former Bulldog from Fresno State.
This is the start that Darren Collison wanted to see. They are really playing well. They're keeping overseas elite off the glass and from hurting them inside as well.
Ware penetrates, blocked out of bounds by Justin Burrell, the former St. John's Johnny, one of 3 former St. John's classmates on this team.
Exactly. You love the connections. These aren't alumni teams like Ohio State and Syracuse, but there are guys who are connected through basketball, whether it's high school, playing overseas, college, and chance to play again with each other on the court. Outstanding.
That's 12 unanswered now for Team Challenge ALS.
Let me tell you, Sean Marshall has carved out a terrific career overseas. Played in Turkey last year.
Also spent time in the then D-League, now the Gatorade League.
All these guys play at a high level around the world.
Kyle Fogg among those.
Absolutely, the former Arizona star. He's going to take his talent to China this year.
Offensive foul against Kevin Pinckney with the illegal screen.
Watch Kyle Fogg. He dropped 42 last year in the semifinals up in New York. And the story of both teams is that they have multiple players who can catch fire. And one thing you'll watch is very unselfish play.
Well, for overseas elite, Fogg averages about 15 per game in TBT. Kennedy about the same, and also Eric McCollum around 15 points per game. That's Fogg looking for a foul off the miss. Well, the fouls are starting to pile up a little bit. We're not even 8 minutes in.
When you look at Challenge ALS, one thing Sean Marshall said to us, and he's also made this point, they wanted to try to find a team that could compete and beat overseas elite. And one thing you love about this team, they have great balance. They don't have to rely on one scorer.
And keep in mind, anybody over the age of 18 can be in this tournament. It is generated through social media, and so this Team Challenge ALS team is together for the first time this summer, really, but there are parts of a couple of other teams who have competed previously in TBT.
And also, these guys don't need a lot of practice because they're well versed in the game, because they make a living at this. So if you play in Turkey or France or Greece or Spain, you're already well coached. You understand the pro game. Pick and roll defenses, pick and roll offenses, ball movement.
Marvell Harris played last season in the same Australian league as Casper Ware. And Marvell is looking for a spot in Europe this year. Remember, he's the all-time leading scorer in Fresno State history, just over a year out of school.
Good D.
Lafayette working on Marshall, dump it off Burrell, and he's hacked from behind. Personal goes against Jerry Smith. And that is his third.
That's big because Jerry Smith is explosive. And there's still 10 minutes in this first half. And we saw what foul trouble did to Scarlet and Gray's Aaron Kraft in the semifinals.
Well, after Kraft went out with the fouls for Scarlet and Gray, Casper Ware took over that game and won it for Team Challenge ALS.
How about this guy at the foul line, Justin Burrell? He's going to play in Japan this coming season. And in order to get back for the semifinals on Tuesday, he flew halfway around the world so he could get his passport, his Japanese passport. Got back here Monday and looked pretty good on Tuesday, don't you think?
Yeah, he's 6'9" and flew over and back, halfway around the world and back within a couple of days to get his paperwork done, and he has looked fantastic.
Yep.
23-14, Team Challenge ALS, the underdog in this one with a 9-point lead. Smith plays with the 3 personal fouls. He's been quiet the last couple of rounds, draws a trip to the line, trying to find that range again. Join us for a marquee top-ranked boxing matchup this Saturday on ESPN at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. Gonna be a good one. You can also see the bout streaming live on the ESPN app. .9:45 remaining here in the first half, and there is a good look at Jerry Smith, 6'3", from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, out of Wauwatosa East, graduated from Louisville in 2010, and he played in 5 games in the NBA for the New Jersey Nets. Scored 7 points. That was back in 2012. Fran, you love the bracket. Started with 64, and it's come down to just the 2.
And there's nothing better than putting that final stamp on the tournament if your team wins, and we'll see a great moment later tonight.
Yeah, about 90 minutes from now, one of these teams will walk out of this gym with $2 million to split amongst them.
Unless we have another 2 overtime.
Well, no, by the way, the team that doesn't win the game tonight, nothing.
0, zilch, nada.
Bogno, Burrell. Good fight inside. I tell you, the officials did a marvelous job with about 5 minutes in to settle things down.
You have to, and these guys have been at a high level, and they understand what's at stake. Eddie Corbett's been in the Final Four, as well as Jeffrey Clark.
I got him. Go ahead.
Fran, by the way, that foul was on Smith, his 4th.
And I was surprised that he was left in there. Now Casper Ware is going to come in, and by the way, Casper's got 2, so he's got to be a little conservative with his aggressiveness.
Again, the head coach for Team Challenge ALS is Darren Collison, the Indiana Pacers guard who is from the Inland Empire of Southern California and has known a number of these players on the roster since he was a kid and coming up. They have played together and against, and so he is providing his services this month, trying to win the TBT title.
On the palm, but that was just a high dribble.
Good job, Brian. Good job, Brian. Good job. Good job.
And that's Colin Curtin, the head coach for Overseas Elite, telling the official Brian O'Connell, good job, good job.
DeAndre Kane has really impressed me in this tournament, not only with the scoring, but his defensive play, his toughness. We watched him have a great senior year at Iowa State for Fred Hoiberg. He's going to play for Maccabi Tel Aviv this year, a Maccabi team that has struggled recently. But he'll have an opportunity to play and rebuild that team. Jonah Bolden, draft pick of the 76ers, he'll join him as a teammate. He's the Aussie.
Well, a year ago, DeAndre Kane, as part of this team, took home individually $174,000. This year, the prize individually will be about $147,000. Depends on how the teams break it down amongst their roster before the tournament even begins.
Watch that harassment by Kane on Austin
Justin,
Day.
shoot it, Justin.
Team fouls have just been reset at the 9-minute mark. Pinckney's already knocked one down, and the big man does it again.
Gave him room. Burrell dared him to shoot it.
Quick answer by Oliver Lafayette. First 3 points for the 33-year-old from Baton Rouge.
Oh, that's good defense right there.
And what was the story we heard this morning, Fran, that Lafayette's involvement in TBT came down to a single 35-foot shot?
Yep.
Apparently, he wasn't sure whether he wanted to play or not.
Yeah.
And with his buddies, they said, okay, if I make it, I'm in. If I miss it, I'm out. It was a contested 3. He made it, and here he is.
He's been a member of the Croatian national team. They naturalized him a few years ago. He's had a really good career around Europe.
Eric McCollum.
Good
Touch
ball
pass
movement.
5.
Yep, that's good. Oh.
He'll shoot 3 off the personal committed by Marvell Harris.
Great ball movement right there. I'll tell you what, it's starting to get tighter. There's a lot at stake. $2 million for the winner. The loser goes home with a handshake. Whose accountant is ready to go to work?
All right, listen, fellas, listen. Turn it up. Because we're playing defense is why we're back in it, okay? Let's get 3 more stops and go on a little spurt here, okay? They know it, okay? Jerry Smith's got 3. Casper's getting tired. Jerry Smith got 4. Casper's got 2, all right? Hey, listen to me. I like the pressure, okay? Don't get beat. Stay solid. The last thing we need is 5 on 4, okay? Down there on offense, all we got is open. They can't guard open, all right? You're getting in that paint, you do you, okay?
Going left for a layup, and you're gonna score that. All right, let's go. Austin, just stay right here, stay put. Look, that's fine if they're pressuring. All right, coming down on next play. If KP sets a high screen for Cass, if they're pressuring, make sure you guys are down. All right, Cass, go to work. The pressure is gonna help us. All right.
TBT is brought to you by Visit Baltimore.
For Cass, if they're all right, coming down on next play. Hey, after this possession, you got Larry. Let's go. Come on, y'all. Come on. All right, stay together. Hey, Marvell, good take. Good take. Good take. That's what I want, though.
TBT is brought to you by Visit Baltimore. Explore more. Plan your next vacation at baltimore.org. The state of Maryland. We are open for business. And Maryland Sports, the go-to resource for sports in Maryland.
I like the pressure, okay? Don't get beat. Stay solid. The last thing we need is 5 on 4, okay? Down there on offense, all we got is open. They can't guard open, all right? You're getting in that paint, you do you, okay?
Next play. If KP sets a high screen for Cass, if they're pressuring, make sure you guys are down, all right? Cass, go to work. The pressure is gonna help us, all right? Let's go, all right? Huh? Who am I looking for? You looking for Larry?
Overseas Elite trailed last year in the finals by 18 to Team Colorado. Said that early deficit not going to scare them at all. You saw the calmness in that huddle as they start to climb back into this game after the quick start by Challenge ALS.
Yeah, they've been down by as many as 13 points here in the early going at 22-9. And I like what Colin Curtin, who has been the head coach for Overseas Elite for all 3 championships, said. They can't guard open. We can get open, we can make shots, and they have certainly shown that throughout TBT. They are, as a team, shooting nearly 50% from beyond the three-point line.
And how about 10 for 10 from the foul line tonight?
This is Kyle Fogg out of Brea, California.
Kyle, one of the last players recruited to Arizona by Root Olson, all Pac-12 as a senior. What you love about Kyle Fogg, he started his professional career overseas, played in the D-League a little, but he started in Finland, where I know he didn't make much money, Belgium, Germany, last year in Spain, and now he's going to make big bucks in China.
Marshall way off the mark. Well, Fogg has made some pretty good bucks the last couple of years in TBT. $87,000 his share 2 years ago. Last year, $174,000. With that money frame, Kyle Fogg has bought his mama a new house, which he shares in the offseason. Also bought his mama a new car. And he's not sure exactly where the money's going to go this year, but he's put it to very good use. Let's go back over to Jen.
Well, Doug, Fogg has indeed big plans for his prize money if he wins, and you're right, it's not all about him. He wants to invest in the community as well. He is an ardent supporter of an organization called Pencils for Hope. They build schools in third world countries. So far, Fogg has helped them build at least 3, and he would use his prize money to go for numbers 4, 5, and 6 if Overseas Elite is triumphant tonight.
No doubt, Jen, and as Kyle has talked to each of us over the last couple of weeks about, he's an impressive young man. He has yet to make it personally to the third world countries like Ghana and Laos and others in South America where they are building schools, but that is something he is passionate about. He has raised and donated tens of thousands of dollars personally, and in the very near future, he plans to make the trip, the pilgrimage himself.
He should be passionate about that jump shot, too, because he just sprayed one.
Austin Day lowered the shoulder and banked it in. He's got 9 points to lead Team Challenge ALS. He's back to 5. Burrell has it poked away.
Well, quick hands by Sean Marshall.
This is Larry Gordon with the basketball. Gets it back from Ware. Marshall's got a big size advantage here, Fran.
Yeah, he posted really well the other night. He's got that fadeaway.
The big man stays hot and looks at the Overseas Elite bench to tell him, I'm Kevin Pinckney and I'm 3 for 3.
How about that? And you know what? He was earnest today at the shoot around.
He was.
It was optional. Everybody was here certainly, but we watched him work on that. Terrific career at Nevada. Look at that.
DeAndre Kane continues to do work on the glass. 5:37 remaining in the first half. We're in Baltimore, Maryland, the championship game of the basketball tournament. Kane kicks it back out, and the triple is knocked down by Lafayette.
Oliver Lafayette, a playmaking point guard, has been pretty quiet offensively throughout the tournament as a newcomer, but 2 big threes in the first half. Okay, defense. We've seen that from DeAndre Kane.
And Fran, that was part of his game that maybe we didn't see so much in college at Iowa State, but now he's getting it done.
He is certainly getting it done. He's got that toughness and grittiness from the city of Pittsburgh. You know the champion's not going to ever die quietly. However, Lafayette knocks down to 3, and then one of the things we've seen from DeAndre Kane throughout this tournament is excellent anticipation, and all of a sudden, and no surprise to us, this game's tightened up.
We have 7 former NBA players on these 2 rosters going head-to-head for $2 million. Casper Ware Jr. among them. Sean Marshall for 3.
That's good basketball right there. Good awareness by the little general Casper Ware. He drove into traffic, but he knew where the bailout passes were.
You know, Casper Ware was trending on Twitter on Tuesday night while he was putting on a show during the semifinals.
Not surprised.
Says it's the first time he'd been trending since his college days back at Long Beach State. That's an element to TBT as Kane tees it up and buries it. What a big deal it is for everybody out here to have this chance to play on ESPN.
Oh, there's no question about it. And the thing that struck me the first time we did TBT was just the level of play. And because I love international hoops so much, I wind up following these guys all season long around the world.
Pinkney, off of the 3 made threes, breaks down the defense and gives it to Ware.
Oh, yeah, and he turned around, he looked at DeJuan Blair, he said, take that, big fella.
9 points for Casper Ware, 8 for Sean Marshall, 9 for Kevin Pinkney. Good balance, and a chance for 4.
Great call. Got to give him a chance to land. Casper Ware, a legend on the LA playgrounds. True League MVP. He knows when it's big time, and he is big time.
After an exciting comeback victory versus Brazil last Sunday, the U.S. women's national soccer team takes on Japan tonight on ESPN2 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific in the 2017 Tournament of Nations. The U.S. is 26-1-7 against Japan. This match also can be seen streaming live on the ESPN app. Well, we're taking another look at what could be a 4-point play as Kyle Fogg buried the triple and received contact.
Yeah, I mean, my man Austin Day's hallucinating right here. He got up and complained and made a scene, but you fouled him. I mean, you hammered him. No autopsy, no foul. We get that, but still.
Well, it certainly seemed pretty clear. both live and in multiple replays. So
Yeah.
he picks up the personal. And that could be a big play. Fogg is getting hot. He's got 12 points to lead all scorers along with his teammate DeAndre Kane. And after being down by as many as 13 points, what do you know? The two-time defending TBT champs are right back in it.
No doubt about it. We've seen this before. You know, it's interesting. Last year they trailed by 18 in the first half, Team Colorado. And in talking to Coach Colin Curtin today, I said, "What, do you respect these guys?" He goes, "Oh yeah, no, our guys know that challenge ALS. These guys can play, and we're not going to fall into the trap like we did last year." But they did get down 13 early, but have obviously battled back. Hey, how about this? Only 8 turnovers so far in the game for both teams.
And as we just saw the stats scrolling along, they're both teams shooting the lights out as well. Trying to post up Austin Day. 6 to shoot. Stepping into the 2-point shot, Ivan Aska.
I love his energy. He was on a really good Murray State team with Isaiah Cannon. I'm telling you, we've seen this before from Kyle Fogg. Listen, he was a good player at Arizona, no doubt about it. These guys get better when they are professionals and they take their game seriously.
Well, he went for 26 in the quarterfinal win over Ram Nation, the VCU alumni team. He's up to 16 points as Kyle Fogg here, and it's a 1-point game.
That young man did not have a lot of offers coming out of high school.
3 on the shot clock. Day gets it blocked. Jandre Jefferson, the former Gamecock, into the ball game with the block. Kennedy, who's been quiet, hasn't knocked out of bounds. Overseas elite will keep.
You got to earn your free throws in this game. DJ Kennedy, what I love about it is he took it hard. There was contact, ball knocked out of bounds. It didn't even change his expression.
Fogg, little hesitation, goes around Day and lays it in.
He's heating up. And the problem you have now if you're challenge ALS is different weapons for overseas elite. Who do you stop?
Overseas elite with its first lead since 4-3.
Watch this matchup.
Day trying to back down Lafayette. Spins on the baseline. Pulled down by Kennedy. Numbers for overseas elite. Fogg again. Day steps into a long 3, way off the mark.
Trying to channel his inner Kevin Durant right there. In the game 4, game 5. Oh, they want to take Day. They don't think he can guard. Not bad, not bad.
But better is DJ Kennedy.
Yep.
First 2 points of the night for the 27-year-old from Pittsburgh.
And he hasn't really gotten going yet.
Ware strong along
nice.
the baseline, back to a 1-point game.
You gotta be careful if you press him.
Offensive foul. You know what, Fran? It's the final 40 seconds of the first half. It feels like it's the end of the game.
Oh, no, we got 18 to go.
Well, join us for a marquee top-ranked boxing matchup this Saturday on ESPN, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. The WBO Junior Lightweight title will be on the line in Los Angeles at the Microsoft Theater. You can also see the bout streaming live on the ESPN app.
I think we import these 3 officials and send them right to L.A. The way they're handling this game.
I'm telling you, this feels like a heavyweight bout. Casper Ware throws the next punch, but he missed the mark. Shot clock off, final 20 seconds of the half. Overseas elite should be able to get to the locker room with a lead.
I know we're going to have some second half, Doug.
Kennedy going to work on Aska. Fogg with 4 seconds. To the corner, open, Horn. At the horn.
patience. Moved the ball, found the open man. Paris Horn, the former St. John's glue guy, sticking it from the corner.
One Johnny to the other getting it done. And after trailing by as many as 12 in the first half, Overseas Elite up 4 at the break. Let's go over to Jen.
Thanks, Doug. Here with Coach Colin Curtin. Coach, you clawed your way back from a 13-point deficit and now go into halftime with the lead. What was the key to that comeback?
We just had to calm down. Our guys were getting out of character. They were chirping, we were chirping. That's not us. We just got to continue to play. We got a little out of character those first 4 or 5 minutes, and then I think we really settled in.
Kyle Fogg with 18 points. Where is he finding his offensive success tonight?
No, he can really go. Once he makes 1 or 2, you just got to watch out. He's been really successful using the ball screen. He can make plays. He can really shoot. So he's in a really good spot right now.
DeAndre Kane is normally so strong for you on defense. Tonight, he's getting it done on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, DeAndre's known for his defense. Anytime he can get some from the offensive end, it's even better. So he's been doing a great job tonight.
Thanks, Coach. Best of luck next half.
Thank you so much.
Tab.
Thank you, Jen. Overseas Elite hits 8 of its last 11 three-point shots of the half to go to the locker room up.
Yeah, Colin Curtin told us yesterday, we're not playing Challenge ALS, we're playing the money. They came out a little shaky, but you could see why they're the defending champions.
They've got the upper hand in the chase for $2 million. We're at halftime, 49-45, Overseas Elite.
What a fabulous day of giving yesterday all across the Charm City. The basketball tournament partnered with the City of Baltimore and other community organizations for improvement projects around the area. The day kicked off at Robert C. Marshall Field with a ribbon cutting. What a fabulous day of giving yesterday all across the Charm City. The basketball tournament partnered with the City of Baltimore and other community organizations for improvement projects around the area. The day kicked off at Robert C. Marshall Field with a ribbon-cutting ceremony featuring Baltimore Mayor Catherine Pugh, TBT creator John Mugar, and 10-time NBA All-Star and Baltimore native Carmelo Anthony. Melo received the Mayor's Service Medal Award for his continued contributions to Baltimore. The giving then spread throughout the city as volunteers and TBT staff went to work. There was a job fair right here on the campus of Coppin State University, a health and wellness fair down the street from campus at the Mondawmin Mall, and community transformation work centered around the Upton Penn North neighborhood and Sandtown Winchester projects. We also caught up with volunteers painting and making improvements at New Era Academy in the Cherry Hill community. Local sponsors Kaiser Permanente, Johns Hopkins, Sagamore Development, and Shoe City help make the Day of Giving possible, along with all the volunteers who spanned out across the city to give back. Thanks to everyone for their day of service to Baltimore. What an awesome mission. The basketball tournament, about so much more than just great ball. Fabulous job, guys. But back to all of that exciting basketball, because we have had a tremendous first half during the TBT finals this evening. The story of how Overseas Elite, your defending back-to-back champs, have clawed their way back from a double-digit deficit to put themselves back in this game. Well, it started off, it was all Team Challenge ALS, and they were led by the dynamic Casper Ware Jr. He was all over the place this evening early on, scoring 11 points, 4 of 11, and 3 of 7 from beyond the perimeter, just banking it. However, Kyle Fogg rallied Overseas Elite towards the end. He has just been tremendous for the defending champs. 18 points, 5 of 9 from the field, 4 of 6 from the perimeter, and a perfect 4 of 4 from the charity stripe. He is last year's MVP for a reason. In fact, this team so far, Overseas Elite, perfect from the charity stripe overall. A big congrats to Melo, a gubernatorial award today to top off his mayoral award yesterday. We'll be back in just a moment.
Back in Baltimore, Maryland at halftime of the basketball tournament's championship game with Overseas Elite up 4. And welcome back, everybody. Doug Sherman along with Fran Fraschilla, Jen Hale. And I'm telling you, you travel around the world, you watch big-time, high-level overseas basketball as well as the NBA. What we just saw in the first 18 minutes is just about as good as you're going to see.
You had guys that know how to play. They can really score. They play unselfishly. And obviously they're playing for a lot at stake. And so the intensity level, I mean, on the basketball court, this is basketball life and death.
Yep.
I mean, figuratively, obviously. But you can see the intensity level of these guys and what's at stake. And yet, we saw the last part of that first half, really good basketball play.
Okay, let's go over to Jen. She's with head coach Darren Collison.
Indeed. Thanks, Doug. Coach, you had a 13-point lead at one point. Where did that get away from you?
I just think we kind of lost discipline on the defense end, and it happens. They got some good shooters on their team. We wanted to contain the three-point line. Easier said than done, but I think we'll do a better job coming in the second half.
Kyle Fogg with 18. How can you slow him down defensively?
We got to be a little more physical with him, try to get up on the pick and rolls and just know where he's at all times. I think if we can limit him and limit the other perimeter players on the three-point line, I think we'll be fine. We're in great shape right now.
You're still shooting 53%, and Casper Ware has been an absolute juggernaut for you.
Yeah, Casper, he's been a dog for us this whole tournament. We expect that from him. In second half, he's going to play better.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
No worries.
Guys.
Thank you, Jen. The combatants come back out onto the court with 18 minutes between here and potentially $2 million. Let's take a look at the first half stats. Both sides shooting extremely well from the floor. And as you talked about, Fran, neither team really turning the ball over either.
Exactly. Really good ball movement both ways. Jerry Smith is back in the game. He had 4 fouls in the first half, 6 and you're disqualified. Really interesting. Remember, when he left, ALS Challenge ALS was up 10. And that was a 35-21 run without him. So he needs to step up his game, but yet don't foul.
Another number that's been a big factor so far, free throws. Team ALS only 2 for 4. Overseas Elite a perfect 13 for 13. Let's go back to Jen. All right, we'll get back to Jen in a moment. Just underway second half. Overseas Elite, the two-time defending champ of the basketball tournament, with the basketball in a 4-point lead, and in they go to the former San Antonio Spur, DeJuan Blair. That's how they started the first half. Second opportunity off the glass. Here's Eric McCollum. Austin Day pulls down the rebound for Team Challenge ALS.
I thought that Overseas Elite would ISO DJ Kennedy on Jerry Smith and see if they can get him to pick up his 5th foul. They did not do it.
McCollum now 0 for 4 from the floor. Remember, he's as electric a scorer as we have in the field. Ivan Aska around Blair for 2.
He's been impressive so far, Ivan Aska.
And you could say that for their entire 6-game run.
Yes, he's an energy big guy with more skill than I remember at Murray State.
He's a perfect 3 for 3 tonight. Aska with 6 points. Harris Horn couldn't finish, but he's picked up by DeJuan Blair.
Big DeJuan Blair doesn't get up very high, but he doesn't have to because he uses that frame to carve out some room.
Well, after just 2 years at Pittsburgh, DeJuan Blair declared for the NBA draft, went in the second round of the Spurs in '09, and spent 7 years in the league.
Take a look now. He barely gets over the daily Baltimore sun and still gets the tip, but watch his positioning. Really good. Gets away from Austin Day. Kane on Day is a terrific matchup.
Casper Ware buries the 3. You kind of get the sense that if Team Challenge ALS is going to win this, it's going to have to be Casper Ware.
Well, I think so, because what we saw in the semifinal is his interest in wanting to take over the game when he needs to. He's a point guard first, but he can really score.
Well, Ware is 4 out of 8 from beyond the 3-point line so far tonight. You know, his dad, who we've talked about so much, Casper Sr., is watching in Los Angeles. He watches every game overseas and domestic that he can and critiques his son. And Casper Sr. doesn't play anymore, but he still can shoot. And so they have some good horse games, but Pops doesn't get up and down anymore.
Well, Pops, the original schoolyard legend in the Ware family. Drew League MVP. I asked Cass, I said, what's your career high in the Drew League? He said 45.
Well, Senior once scored 47 in a Drew League championship game. That was 1987 for Cold as Ice. His son's got a little ice running through his veins as well. DeAndre Kane, bullet pass with 10 on the shot clock. Horn looking to back down the smaller Ware. Foul will bring it the other way on the rebound. Third foul on Blair. Again playing with 6 team fouls, or rather 6 individual fouls before you are disqualified.
Oh boy.
Here he comes, Casper Ware now with 17 points.
Tell you what, Harris Horn needs to know better, but if you play up on him, he's going to go by you.
The two-time honorable mention All-American now with 17 points. McCollum with his first 2 points.
Now we know, because we're sitting courtside, how good the defense is. But this is shot maker's paradise.
Sure is. Tied at 53, 3 minutes into the second half.
The skill level here is really high.
Here goes Smith. Nice drive and dish. Aska hangs in the air long enough to get it in.
Well, what you like if you're Darren Collison is Challenge ALS has come out to start the second half exactly the way they came out in the first half.
Ware got a hand on the pass. Overseas Elite keeps possession. McCollum tries to work on Marshall. Nice job defensively by the former Boston College Eagle. And then a travel for Austin Day. Well, after an exciting comeback victory versus Brazil last Sunday, the U.S. women's national soccer team takes on Japan tonight over on ESPN2 at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 Pacific. It's the 2017 Tournament of Nations. This match is also streaming live on the ESPN app. With Fran Fraschilla and Jen Hale, I'm Doug Sherman here in Baltimore, Maryland, along with Carmelo Anthony as well. Baltimore royalty is in the house. The former Syracuse superstar and current New York Knick for the moment is sitting just a few feet to our right, serving as the honorary chair for 27 TBT.
Good post up by DJ Kennedy. Right now, if you look at Overseas Elite, they've got 4 guys that can get you buckets. That's a good no call. Jerry Smith just bulldozed his way in there.
Kane has it poked away from behind. Yeah, I thought for a second that Smith might even potentially pick up an offensive foul.
Good hands right there by Sean Marshall. DeAndre Kane checking the bruises, but not going to trick these guys. Got to earn your free throws. Watch out.
Kennedy met at the rim by Marshall. Looks like Kennedy's okay, and he'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Again, the officials have to establish the flow of this game early in the second half. And I think DJ can do this more. And we've seen him take over offensively. Boy, was he great against the Boeheim's Army 2-3 zone?
He was. Picked him apart from the high post. As though he had been doing it from his college days at St. John's.
Well, I'll tell you, he was a good player for Norm Roberts and then Steve Lavitt. He is a much better professional player 5 or 6 years later.
Well, he certainly belongs on the Mount Rushmore in TBT history. Now, we're only talking about 4 years, but when you're the 2-time defending champ and in the championship game for a 3rd straight year, if you're the guy, you're going to be on Mount Rushmore.
Well, I think I qualified as the TBT historian, so I think right now he's one of the best players to ever play in this tournament.
Okay.
Okay.
Who could argue? Well, he's got some teammates who could argue.
Well, Kyle Fogg would make an argument.
Now, Overseas Elite, Fran, is a perfect 15 for 15 from the line. This is a professional team.
Well, they came in to this to Baltimore shooting about 78% from the line.
This is Aska working on Burrell. You know, he's a perfect 5 for 5 from the floor, and Fran, he doesn't take any bad shots.
That was a tough move. You talk about a technician in the low post. Really good footwork right there. And the former Boyd Anderson high school star. All right, if you're Darren Collison now, what you got is like you've sprung a leak and you've got to put your fingers in the dike, because which hole do you stop?
Down 2, trying to retie it.
Oh!
Burrell says no. First miss for Aska, but he's still working. And he'll go to the free throw line.
Justin Burrell came out of nowhere on the weak side. Aska thought he was going to score. Here he comes. No jet lag from his trip back from Japan. Ooh.
Second block of the night for Burrell.
He knows he's in a charm city, so nothing comes easy at the rim.
Young man from the Bronx playing for his 4th different TBT team in 4 years. He's been a hired gun.
Yeah, the only player to ever play for 2 different teams in the final.
Team Barstool made it to the championship back in 2014, year 1, lost to the Notre Dame Fighting Irish alumni team, but since that time it's been all overseas elite. Ware trying to walk it off.
I want to know why there wasn't a foul right here. And I think he stepped on somebody's foot as they reached in. Take a look. Yeah, see that? He
Good
steps
call.
on
Good
DJ
call.
Kennedy's foot.
Naked eye, I thought he was tripped, but you got it, Fran.
Yeah. Well, he's that's about as emotional as I've seen Casper Ware. He's hobbling just a little, but he's not coming out of this game.
Here goes Kennedy again.
Yeah, oh boy, that's him.
That's his office.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Remember, these guys don't have to take bad shots because they play within the flow.
Wow.
Sweet move and a good no call.
The size and strength of Marvell Harris to finish.
Tell you what, Burrell went vertical, straight up, and it's a good no call right there, but a great finish by Marvell Harris.
Kennedy, pick and roll. Burrell stopped. Here comes Team Challenge ALS. And a hard foul draws the ire of Ivan Aska.
Everybody's going to, you'll watch, they're going to keep their calm. Too much at stake.
No, that's not a basketball play.
I'd go to the monitor and take a look at this.
That's not a basketball play. That's absolutely crazy. He could have hurt him. He almost ran to the chair.
Okay, coach, that's enough. We're going to go look at it.
Yep, I think we're going to have a flagrant foul here.
I agree.
Yep.
That was Darren Collison who we heard saying, that's not a basketball play.
Yep.
It could have hurt him.
This should be an easy call.
Media time.
Okay, cool.
I'm not worried about that.
We'll handle it from now on. It's a flagrant foul.
Hey, I don't care about that.
We'll take a break and come back, sort it all out here in Baltimore. TBT is brought to you by the new movie The Foreigner, starring Jackie Chan, in theaters October 13th.
Well, Team Challenge has a chance to tie this game and take the lead. Take a look right here. That is an easy flagrant 1 call. Foul committed by Eric McCollum. I would argue that if it was during the regular season, that would have been a college basketball. That would have been a definite flagrant 2. But watch, he makes no attempt to play the ball, so we'll have 2 free throws for Ivan Aska, and they'll get possession of the basketball.
Well, Fran, is that a case of Eric McCollum just losing his cool for a moment?
I think so, yeah, because all he had to do, he played around the world. He's a smart player. All he needed to do was play the basketball and reach in and grab the ball. Instead, he gave him a hip check. He could have got, that could have been a misconduct in hockey. He would have been in the box for 10 minutes.
Aska gets 1 out of 2. Visit thetournament.com for more information on this year's teams, including highlights and reaction from this classic. And also, you can find out how you can enter your team for next year. Also, we showed you off the top Nancy Frates, the mom of Pete Frates, who is battling ALS, the challenge behind this Team Challenge ALS squad. Her emotional speech pregame in the locker room to the players. You can see that entire speech.
Oh, yeah.
At thetournament.com.
Yep.
Hey, JP.
1001. 2.
They had a marvelous chat with her before the game. She came over to our broadcast location, and I know everybody who has talked to her today has felt her passion.
Oh, and I'll tell you what, this guy's feeling the passion. They're the Frates, watching with bated breath as Casper Ware has willed this team back into the lead. What a player he is.
Meanwhile, at this end, Fran, the 3 ball has not been part of the overseas elite arsenal here in the second half. Burrell with the putback.
Well, that's a good adjustment by Darren Collison. 8 threes in the first half, and they have really tightened up the 3-point line.
Casper Ware going to go back. Check that Marvell Harris. To go to the free throw line.
Good strong move by the youngest guy on this team. Close.
I'd say it's still a 3.
I saw a little daylight.
I did too. Yep. Maybe if he was 6 feet tall and had another size bigger on that shoe. 4 fouls now on McCollum.
Only doing shot 17. You hear me?
Head coach Colin Curtin is an assistant coach, has his full-time job at Hofstra University for Joe Mihalik.
And he's undefeated in TBT play, 18-0 over 3 seasons, trying to get the 3rd title. That'll look good on his resume as he, terrific young coach, builds his career.
Kennedy draws the foul before the shot, and it goes against Aska.
What you love about overseas elite is they won't miss Eric McCollum all that much because they have such a balanced team.
3rd foul, Fran, on Aska. Lafayette rising up with a rainbow 3. There's the physical presence of Aska. Marshall. Day. Up a point. Team Challenge ALS resets.
Gotta feel comfortable when the ball's in Casper Ware's hands.
Unless you're overseas elite.
Yep.
Couldn't connect there. This is Fogg with the basketball, the former Arizona Wildcat.
Inside.
Good look. Burrell denied at the rim.
How about that? They were about a tick late in getting the ball to Justin Burrell. And then watch this now. He's open right now. Throw it to him. Too late. Woo! I'll tell you, Marvell Harris has made some really good hustle plays in the last couple of minutes.
We got a foul on the inbound, a blocking foul.
You just wonder right now, okay, human nature, how much are these guys thinking about the money?
They have to be. Fourth foul on Fogg. They have to be, Fran.
Yep.
How can it not be in your head? $2 million is on the line over the next 10.5 minutes. Well, after picking up that fourth foul, Fogg with the shot to get a 20.
You gotta get stops.
That's the balance we talked about.
Solid. Solid. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing came. Nothing came. Move.
Casper Ware fouled by Kane.
Hey, listen. Come on down. Hey, yo. Somebody got to help Casper out. Somebody got to help him out.
Join us for a marquee top-ranked boxing matchup this Saturday on ESPN, 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern, for the WBO Junior Lightweight title. It'll be held in Los Angeles at the Microsoft Theater. Bout you can see streaming live on the ESPN app.
We got a battle here. What a match this is.
Right, KB? Get in. Hey, get Ivan.
So Ivan Aska will get a blow and be replaced by Kevin Pinckney, the 6'10 center from Colton, California, who in the first half provided three-point shooting.
Big time, yep. Former Boston Celtic. I think he had 15 in his NBA debut, but that was 10 years ago. Well, they want to try to take Austin Day off the dribble, and that's why.
He recovered to block it, but got a piece of the arm as well. Let's go back over to Jen.
Well, Doug, you know, Challenge ALS had to punch their ticket into today's game with a double overtime win on Tuesday. How do you recover from that, especially when Team Overseas Elite had a rather pedestrian win, an easy road? Well, here you go. The team spent many days in cryotherapy, including right after shoot-around today. They went straight from shoot-around to the cryotherapy facility to freeze those muscles and shock their body into a faster recovery. 66-65. We'll see how well it works here over the next 9 minutes and 43 seconds, Doug.
Yeah, we'll find out, Jen. And let me tell you, after the game, Doug, the other night, they had the owner of Charm City Integrative, the company that has the cryo machines. He opened it up for them at night very late, and they all got in there. You know, when you get old, right? You got to soothe those muscles.
So after this big game, is that where you're heading, Fran?
No, it can't help me at all.
Overseas Elite, a perfect 17 for 17 from the line. Back in front by 2 after the 2 free throws by Lafayette.
I will tell you, the point is these guys are professional players, and they understand more so than when they were in college how to take care of their bodies. Big time rebound.
Fogg cut off. He keeps working, and now the foul comes. Day picks up another personal.
Fogg did a really good job. Austin Day, you know, I just think he's got to stop that. You know, it's just me. I mean, these 3 officials are not going to allow him to do that. That's a block. I think he hurts his team.
And so, having picked up another foul, the former Gonzaga Bulldog will head to the bench.
Hold on a minute. Hold on.
And strategies worked well because they've gone right at him one-on-one.
So 3 fouls on number 33. First miss from the free throw line for Overseas Elite. You are looking as the free throws go up there. He was the MVP of this event last year, and he's doing it again tonight in this championship, Frank.
Oh yeah, he's proven himself as a professional player. He played in Malaga last year with Oliver Lafayette in the backcourt. He was all Euro Cup team. It's a high level.
Another triple, this time way too long.
Oh man.
Some good fortune there.
I think it's Marvell Harris, and what a job the young guy's doing.
Here comes the intensity and the passion. Harris leaves the defender in his wake and lays it in.
Oh, that was sweet. What an effort both ways.
Team Challenge ALS back in front, 69-68.
Oh, yeah. Watch Marvell Harris, young man that played at Fresno State, getting it done with the hustle and then coast to coast. Ooh, little Euro style.
TBT is brought to you by Kaiser Permanente, quality health. TBT is brought to you by Kaiser Permanente, quality health care, affordable coverage. Well, those are the first champs of TBT in 2014, Notre Dame fighting Alumni. Then in 2015, Overseas Elite, in its first bid to win, did just that. And then they repeated a year ago to win $2 million, trying to do it again here today. And speaking of basketball champions, we have plenty from Baltimore here in the building, Fran.
No question about it. The Baltimore boys, you'll see that next Tuesday night on ESPN. Some of the hometown heroes, there's a familiar name, Reggie Williams, a great Dunbar player. Right next to him, his coach, Bob Wade. I see Coach Wells to his left, another great high school coach locally, and so many great basketball players and coaches have come out of the city. Saw my man Nick Miles up in the arena. He coaches at St. Francis. Mello's coach, Mike Daniel from Towson Catholic, in the building. And as I said, I always love coming to this city because you get a Baltimore guy, they're going to compete kind of like they're playing for $2 million, okay?
Yeah.
That's the way they played.
There's a Baltimore guy, Carmelo Anthony out of Towson Catholic. He wasn't going anywhere. He was as entertained as anybody with that brilliant first half that's continued here in half number 2.
Well, the defense has been solid, but the shot making has been really impressive.
8:17 remaining. Burrell adjusts to the pass, goes up calmly and gets the roll.
He made a terrific catch. Oliver Lafayette's pass was a little off the mark, and he gathered himself. That's the kind of play we've seen out of these guys.
Ran 12 lead changes now, under 8 minutes to go. Harris. You know, he had back-to-back quick buckets right before that last break again, giving a nice burst for this Team Challenge ALS. This Sunday, E60 features 7-foot Serbian Darko Milicic, the number 2 overall pick in the 2003 draft of the Pistons, who never lived up to the hype. Start your Sunday with a story, 9 a.m. Eastern on ESPN, also streaming live on the ESPN app. And he will forever be remembered as perhaps the biggest bust in NBA draft history, and he went ahead of Carmelo Anthony, the man just to our right.
Exactly. Yep, the Pistons could have had Melo, and there's the mayor to his right.
Mayor Catherine Pugh has been instrumental in yesterday's Day of Giving and this entire week of TBT in and around Baltimore. Down a point now. Overseas elite for the lead. Lafayette left it short.
Hey! 24 points! 24 points! 24 points!
See, Darren Collison wants to go inside to Ivan Aska. Got to give him some space. Too many white jerseys.
Harris, tough shot again. This one doesn't go.
Oh, good battle. How about the battle on the glass? Watch out.
Smith nearly came up with a steal. Instead, it's Kennedy running the break. He gets it back, puts it up and in.
Good ball movement. Watch out. Run out.
Aska reposts, doesn't get the ball back, and now it's back out front to Casper Ware. This young man led the Beach to the 2012 NCAA tournament during his senior year at Long Beach.
Lafayette's played a lot of minutes in this game.
Smith playing with 4 fouls all over Fogg. Lost it on the way up. No change of shot clock. Possession remains with overseas elite.
Good D. Oh, push off.
Absolutely. Yep. Ware draws the foul on Kane.
Good defense rewarded with that foul.
Yo, get the ball moving. Get the ball moving.
Very easy call right here. Remember, they just locked down that possession. And then DeAndre trying to create a little space. Easy call. Going inside again. Bad angle to throw it in.
Aska backing down Burrell. Marshall does a nice job to curl around the screen, but missed the shot. There's Aska again.
Nice little set play they ran out there.
There's the screen from Aska. Another nice set. Finds Ware. He can't find the ring. Under 6 minutes to go with $2 million on the line. Kennedy will head to the line for 2.
Challenge ALS has missed a couple of easy looks, and that's allowed the champions to get out in transition. And DJ Kennedy has been there before, trying to be part of a team that wins $5 million in 3 years.
Fran, 10 of his 12 points have come here in the second half. Another presidential effort for the former St. John's Johnny. That's what he's got on the line for him personally, 147 grand. His part of $2 million if overseas elite can make it a three-peat.
Looks like Casper Ware is going to get a quick blow. There's a TV timeout coming at 4. I wouldn't be surprised to see him back in there a little sooner.
A lot can happen in a minute 46.
Yep, and they have 3 timeouts left. Sometimes in a situation like this, it's good to use a timeout to rest your best player so you can keep him on the floor longer.
Get out, go, get over, get it over. Timeout, timeout, timeout.
Okay.
Well, without their point guard, they were in some immediate trouble.
I would expect Casper Ware to be back shortly.
I got it. Hey, step up. Casper, get back in. Look, let me see that towel real quick. Austin, you died. All right, come out. Make sure you dive. Ivan, you coming up to the pick, go downhill, roll. And then we got Sean over here on this side too. All right, come on. Yeah, go corner. You.
Hey, we need one more. We need one stop.
Well, that didn't take long. Casper Ware back in the game. He got 9 seconds of rest on the game clock and about 2.5, 3 minutes of real time. So can't really play this last 5.5 minutes without him.
What's that? Huh?
Here's Casper Ware. Harris has been a spark in the second half, but he took an extra step.
One of the things you notice when you watch these teams play is they not only understand pick and roll offense, they understand pick and roll defense, because they all have to play it at the international level.
Up 3.
See, Marshall can switch this, and he does.
Kennedy over top, and he connects for 2.
Tell you what, it might be DJ Kennedy time. This is when he shines. Big possession.
Casper Ware earns another trip to the line.
Well, you said it, Doug. He's built his house in that high post area. Did it against Boeheim's Army. He's gotten going with 14 of his 16 in the second half.
A little bit of chatter as well, letting them know.
Thanks, Jay.
Ware back to the line, gets the first.
Thank you, my friend. All right, that's it. He's got them all.
Well, you see the team fouls, only 3 for Overseas Elite, only 1 for Team Challenge ALS, because the team fouls will reset at the 9-minute mark of the half, and that, as we get to the final 5 minutes, is going to play a role.
NCAA, if you're watching, you're listening, that's a good rule.
Well, we saw the NCAA implement it for this year's NIT as a experimental rule. It went well there.
Oh, that's good D that time.
Open.
Every possession matters. Open is pick and roll.
Fogg was defended well. He finds Kennedy. Offensive foul.
Casper Ware was the defensive player of the year in this conference, the Big West.
And again, we hear the head coach of Overseas Elite, Colin Curtin, say, good call, Brian, good call, even though the call went against him.
Yep, take a look. Watch him discard. Once you are in front of the offensive player, you're allowed to move sideways and backwards. That's your space.
Ware, pick and roll.
Oh, that's great pick and roll.
It's a 1-point game.
Yep, and Aska did a terrific job of changing the angle of the screen. Really well done. They were going to try to ice Casper Ware, but you can't ice him the way Aska set the screen.
Big foul by Aska. He helps Fogg back up after sending him into the front row.
These teams really understand the game.
5th foul on Ivan Aska, just the second team foul on Team Challenge ALS.
Open. Get him, JB, get him.
Like you said, open is Burrell coming up to set the screen. McCollum doesn't use it. Fogg rises up and connects.
Big shot under duress by Kyle Fogg, who has been in this situation before.
The 2016 MVP of TBT. With his first field goal of the second half, he's up to 23 points. Day.
He's shooting him, he'll get up. Here we go, down the stretch. Guess what, Doug Sherman? It's money time. 3.5 to go. Who's cashing it? Who's taking this baby home?
say I have ALS and just try to deal with it yourself. But he wanted to make a change, and he's done so much by raising over $11 million and trying to help find a cure. And that's the kind of fight that we want to have on the court because we're representing that community. It's an easy thing to just say I have ALS and just try to deal with it yourself, but he wanted to make a change, and he's done so much by raising over $11 million and trying to help find a cure. And that's the kind of fight that we want to have on the court because we're representing that community.
He is a wonderful spokesman for the Frates family and is equally represented by the parents of Pete Frates. That's Nancy on the left, John on the right. They have come down from Boston. And there is Pete, his wife, and their beautiful 3-year-old daughter watching from Boston. And he is the inspiration for why each of these guys are playing in this field. It's the only team of the 64-team field where you don't have your own name on the back. You've got Frates on your shoulder.
Exactly. And Sean Marshall said yesterday, we wanted to get our cause out there, and we've done that. And to win the tournament would just be a bonus. And by the way, if they win, ALS, Pete Frates will get $250,000 for fighting a cure for that disease, Lou Gehrig's disease.
Sean Marshall has said, I was in a quest as team general manager and player to find high character guys, and I think pretty much everybody on this roster has shown himself that way.
Yeah, there's no question. And throughout this tournament, the guys we've covered, you know, you and I watched these guys when they were in college, and they're grown men now, and they handle themselves great away from the court. It's fun.
Jen?
Well, guys, Austin Day waved off medical attention during that last time out. Athletic trainers came up to him offering to take a look at that ankle. He said, nope, I'm just going to lace the shoe up tighter. With just a little over 3 minutes left to go, this marathon to try to get to $2 million is now an all-out sprint, and you can be rest assured Day wants to be part of it.
No doubt, Jen. He doesn't want to leave $140,000 on the table without him being on the floor. That's his winning share if this side takes the $2 million.
You can buy a lot of cryotherapy sessions with that money. Oh, nice defense on the weak side by DJ Kennedy, away from Casper Ware. They ran what we call a hammer play, where the weak side is occupied in the corner by the shooter, and Casper Ware never saw DJ Kennedy coming. When he did, he picked up his dribble. Smart play. The IQ level of these players, I hate to say it, it's so much higher than when they were in college. As I've said so many times, they are pro players. They understand the game. Only 16 turnovers tonight between these two teams in this kind of intense battle.
Fogg with a crossover, able to get to the bucket again.
What a player he's become.
Aska sets the screen, can't get the ball back, now does. Spots up from deep, and he knocks it down.
He's been knocking that shot down all tournament.
Keep it open, keep it open, keep it open.
15 points for Aska. Back to a 1-point game, under 2 minutes to go.
And you hear Colin Curtin saying keep it open, which means if we don't see a ball screen, Fogg's going to go to work one-on-one.
There's the screen and the switch. Aska's on it. Step back.
No way. Tough shot.
It'll stay at this end.
Yep, Oliver Lafayette snuck in beside Austin Day, and Day's got to grab that ball with 2 hands. Take a look. Watch Lafayette. Man, you're playing for $2 million. You got to put it all out there.
It's definitely off a blow.
Overseas Elite calls a timeout, leaving it with just 1 remaining.
I think they're going to go check this just to make sure.
Did you? Did you? Yeah, that's right. It's off blow. It's white ball. White ball. White ball.
Clarence Armstrong is the 4th official at the table. Take a look. And then you see Austin Days just got to squeeze the orange. Yep.
Well, you don't get 2 trophies on the back of your jersey making room for a 3rd without making plays like that, Fran.
All right, listen up. You're going to fake like you're going to get the ball, okay? You're turning around. Kyle, coming off the double to the corner, okay? No illegal screens. No illegal screens. Hey, flip. Flip. Oliver does. Flip, all right? One shot, we win. Let's go.
Austin got the mismatch too, all right? Hey, stop right here. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Can you translate for me what Colin Curtin was saying in there talking about flip?
Well, it likely means they're going to flip the screen. If the defender goes under a screen, they'll just re-screen again. But the one thing I like, he said, no illegal screens.
Right.
So execution now becomes critical.
94 seconds left with $2 million on the line. Fogg with the basketball, up a point.
Remember how good a defender Casper Ware is, so this is a great matchup.
Overseas Elite has not made a single 3-point shot this half, yet still up a point.
Oh, they should be able to take it. Let's see what Day does.
Lost it on the way up. Shot clock goes off as Kennedy goes cha-ching.
Oh, here's what they're doing. Everybody relax. They've called a violation, which is the right play, but they can go to the monitor and check. So Jeff Clark made the call, and now they can go review it. Very simple. I thought he got it off.
As did I.
I need the game clock. I need the game clock.
Got to get another angle here. Let's see.
That's good.
I think it's good from that angle. Oh, it's good.
Can you blow up the shooter? Can he blow up the shooter?
See, there's still 1 on the clock. I think it's out of his hands.
So do I.
We need the clock also.
There you go.
It's out of his hands.
Yep. How about DJ Kennedy? That awareness.
Big money shot by Kennedy.
Remember now, you got a lot of time, so you don't have to shoot a tough 3 if you're challenge ALS.
Kyle Fogg was the big offensive story in the first half. It's been Kennedy in the second after going scoreless for the first 17 minutes of the game. He scored 18 since. Final minute with $2 million up for grabs.
Nice play.
For the tie. Marshall, no. Burrell the rebound.
Oh, great set play right there by Darren Collison. Sean Marshall had a terrific look. Still don't have to foul, but remember, that's only their third team foul, so they might want to have to now give a couple to get into the bonus.
Hey, gotta get the ball in, gotta get the ball in.
Nancy Frady's can't watch. Casper Ware looking to Carmelo Anthony for any sort of advice.
Got to give another quick one here.
Kennedy's got it. About a second and a half difference here between game and shot.
They have to foul. They didn't have to foul when there was a 10-second differential between the game clock and shot clock. They have to foul again.
DeAndre Kane from right in front of Carmelo Anthony as they carry a conversation on the inbound. Ware commits the foul. That's the 5th team foul. And so now free throws are coming.
Hey, Justin!
You think Melo's having fun?
Oliver!
I got 2 30s on 1 4.
There was that 10-second differential where you didn't have to foul.
No, yes. If you make it, I'm out. No. Next one.
Overseas Elite is now 21 for 22 from the line. Fogg has the only miss, but he is 6 for 7.
So, Harris. Larry, Harris. So.
Two huge free throws to make it a 5-point game. Well, like any tournament, we've got our all-tournament team. And there you go. Ware, Eric Devendorf, Kennedy, Jared Sullinger, and Kyle Fogg, who's in the running for potentially a second straight TBT MVP.
Absolutely. 3 of those guys have played in the NBA. All of them played at a high level. They were all tremendous college players, and they're better now than when they were in college. Let's listen in.
It's not over. I'm celebrating the road.
We good. Yes. Ivan, get him. Casper out. Marvell, you take it out. Actually, Sean, you take it out. All right? After you take it out, pass it to Cass. All right, I want you out. Marvell, right here. All right? Pass the ball to Ivan. We got to go quick. Cass, all right?
3-point line of Casper, all right? 1 through 5. No foul. 1 rebound.
Casper, you come for 3. Austin, Ivan, you right here. Okay? You got that? You got the post. You got the post.
Pick up.
Okay? Marvell, you right here. Ivan, you right here. Marvell, crown between Cass. All right? Ivan, Cass, come off Ivan. All right, let's go.
Finish on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Kennedy and Fogg have combined for overseas last 14 points. They trailed by as many as 13 in the first half, trailed most of that first half. This, Fran, matches their largest lead of the night, up 5.
Yeah, and it tells you all you need to know about the fight of Challenge ALS. Slight favorite tonight, the champions, about where the odds makers had it. Good D.
Gotta go. Here goes Ware. Aska hits the 3. Final timeout used by Overseas Elite.
Now, remember the rules. They can advance to basketball, which is important because a year ago, Overseas Elite almost gave a game away with their full court press offense. Big shot by Ivan Aska. Of course, Darren Collison wanted the 5 count.
18 points for Ivanaska.
And Eric, no. Oh, I need you taking it out. DJ, I want you down here. No, all right, Fog, go back there. I want you deep. Go deep. All right.
If you're challenge ALS now, you can't worry about who you're fouling because there are very good shooters on the floor. You just have to extend the game by fouling immediately. That ball will be taken out at half court, and you can throw it into the backcourt. I like throwing it deep. I would bait him to throw it deep and then foul Justin Burrell, as opposed to Fogg or McCollum. Look where Day is, right on the ball.
Lafayette.
Oh, look at it!
Has it stolen.
Oh, my goodness!
Aska puts it up. Marvell Harris with it. 6 seconds to go.
Oh, my goodness!
Blocked by Burrell. Another block, but there's a foul called with 3.2 remaining. Wow.
What a steal. Look at the action for $2 million.
Hey, match up. Man to man, make sure. Watch out, watch out.
Go get E. Go get E. Go get E. Go get E.
It's a 2-point game. Go get E. Hey, match up. Match up. Get me in the man.
So it's the former Boston College roommate and good friend of Pete Frates, Sean Marshall, at the line with a chance to tie the ball game. First time he's been to the stripe here tonight.
You gotta try to miss it now and crash the glass.
Pete Frates' mom, Nancy, can't bear to watch.
Doug, we're watching reality TV.
Hey, no timeout! No timeout! Hey! No timeout!
Marshall makes the second, now try to force the steal. Foul with 1.6 on the clock. And we'll walk to the other end for Kyle Fogg.
Now, Team ALS has a timeout. If he makes both, they can advance the ball to half court.
The second one, this one makes timeout. The second one. The second one.
I mean, he's going to catch him short. They know that. You know what I mean?
Last year's TBT MVP Kyle Fogg makes the first. He's got 28. Austin Day yells to his teammate Sean Marshall, "It's over, let's go." They still have a chance. Overseas a lead up 3, timeout. Team Challenge ALS.
Now, if anybody has a three-point play in their back pocket, it would be an NBA player. And the last time they tried to get Sean Marshall a three-point look out of the timeout, they ran a great play.
He's ready. He's ready.
1 through 5. No foul.
We're switching everything. They're switching. We have to switch.
No foul. No foul.
All right, Austin, you're getting KP. KP is popping up for 3. Okay? Cool, we got that. You out. Marvell, you in. You over here, Marvell.
So it'll be Kevin Pinckney who they're looking for to get the 3, and he has been so good knocking down threes tonight.
Over, JJ!
Keep your eye on number 21 in blue. White headband. That's who they're looking to get the 3.
And if you're a Team Overseas Elite, switch every screen. There it is.
For the tie. It's a TBT 3-peat for Overseas Elite. Still unbeaten in 3 years of TBT competition, Colin Curtin's club is now a 3-time champion of this event.
Well, they played like champions when they had to, and Challenge ALS came into this tournament as a 6th seed. They were the lower seed in every game they played, and tonight they played like champions, but to no avail. They didn't get the money, but that woman and her husband and her son Pete Frates, they've made more of the country aware of the fight against ALS because of the basketball tournament.
Kyle Fogg with 29 points to lead all scorers. And let's go over to Andy on the PA.
As we join Jen Hale from ESPN and John Mugar, founder and CEO of TBT, who will make the $2 million check presentation to the 2017 TBT Champs Overseas Elite. Jen?
Ladies and gentlemen, what an amazing display of skill and wit. Please join me in welcoming the creator of the basketball tournament, John Mugar.
Thank you to Team Challenge ALS, a great team, a great cause, and a great family in the Frates family. Fantastic competition there. This is our best field of 78 teams by far, which makes this even more remarkable. Congratulations to our 2015, 2016, and 2017 champions, Overseas Elite. Here's your check for $2 million.
As Baltimore Mayor Catherine Pugh in the middle, along with Carmelo Anthony of the Knicks.
All right, guys, you've got your money. You've been here before. You know what to do. That placard is headed over to the TBT bracket in TBT tradition.
Well, that's Justin Burrell. It looks like he's going to get the honor. A little dramatic, and there it is. All of a sudden, their uniforms, Fran, are outdated. They need a third trophy on there.
They will have one next year. You can bet that when they start the tournament.
So each of those players is going to receive a check for $147,000 for a month of summertime basketball, winning a field of 64. And what a job they've done.
You know what? The heart of a champion, and since we're in Baltimore, I'll say it again. When you come at the champion, you best not miss.
Fantastic line, Mr. Frischilla. And Overseas Elite. Just outstanding. Let's send it back over to Jen.
Thanks, Doug. Here with Kyle Fogg. Kyle, congratulations. 3-time champion. How does it feel?
Feels great. I mean, got to thank God first, because obviously without him, none of this is possible. And got to thank the guys. We went out and battled, and a lot of guys were talking trash and saying we weren't good enough, but we stuck together and were able to get it done.
This was a tough game. It was so close all the way down to the wire. What was the difference maker?
This is by far the toughest game we've had. Down the stretch, guys just stepped it up, and I think being in so many finals in this tournament and playing against so many great teams really, gave us the battle test we need to get this dub tonight.
Kyle, you are now a two-time MVP. What was going on with your game tonight? You were absolutely on fire.
Thank you. I just knew I had to go out there and bring my team some energy. And like I said before, Team ALS is a great opponent, and what I really respect about them is that they're fighting for a good cause in ALS, and I know that myself and a lot of our guys are going to give some of our money to them just because, we respect what they're trying to do, and even though they came up with the losing end, they're still winners in our mind.
That's some of the best news that we've heard all day. Enjoy the win and the winnings, and thank you for your generosity.
I will. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Guys.
Jen, thank you. Kyle Fogg has proven time and again to be a class act from beginning to end, Fran.
Well, and all these guys are. We've watched these guys in the tournament for 3 years now, and the level of play gets better. This is a high level of basketball play, but the fact that so much is on the line for 78 teams now, and to have one team walk away with $2 million, especially this year, the three-time champion and the hardest road they've had. This is great, great summer basketball.
Fran, what do you think was the biggest difference down the stretch?
In a game like this, in a game of 200 possessions, sometimes 3 or 4 plays, I do think the championship DNA showed itself with guys like DJ Kennedy and Kyle Fogg, because they have truly been there before and understand what it takes.
Let's go over to Jen with DJ.
Well, Doug, the man of the second half, that's for sure. DJ, what changed for you in that second half when you seem to turn things on offensively?
I don't know the game plan, but from the jump, there was a lot of talking, and it kind of fired me up. I knew at halftime, it's kind of fired me up. I didn't really do much. My team needed me, so I wanted to come out second half and be aggressive. And that's what my team told me to do. I was able to get comfortable, catch a rhythm, and able to pull it out late.
Was it one of the chippier games you've been involved in?
Oh, definitely, but we understand what's at stake. It's $2 million on the line, so all the talking, you got to expect that. Physical, guys is coming to play for this money. Nobody wants to see us three-peat. We was able to three-peat. It was fight. Give a lot of credit to them. They laid it all out. It was a tough fight. We was able to pull away late, but I'm just thankful to play with these guys. I love playing with these guys, man, especially.
How do you guys have such success, three-peat champions, when you don't get the chance to play together very often?
It's amazing because we never practice. We just come out and play. It's just when you got a bunch of pros who know how to play the game, it comes easy for you. Everyone know how to play with each other, got high IQ, and I'm just thankful to play with these guys, thankful to three-peat.
19-0, a pretty incredible run for this group.
Definitely, it's special. I just still can't believe it. So much excitement. Winning a format like this 3 times is unbelievable, man. I just want to keep it going, enjoy this moment. Just thankful.
Certainly talking dynasty status. DJ, enjoy this one. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Doug.
Jen, well, it was Byron Scott who first uttered the word three-peat. Pat Riley, well, he owns the trademark on it, but not in TBT. That goes to these guys. Overseas Elite, 3 straight championships.
It's so much fun to watch these guys play and compete, and every year we come and watch them, they all get better individually and as a team, and DJ said it best, they're pros, they know how to play.
And he gets to hold that $2 million check. You said it. He said it exactly as you have. These guys are pros, and they're better than a lot of us remember when they were in college.
Yeah, and that's what makes this tournament so good. Obviously, the $2 million, the winner take all, but this wouldn't be a great tournament without a high level of play. And when you have 17 turnovers between the 2 teams in a game like this, guys making free throws the way they do under pressure, they may not be NBA players, although some of them were. It's just they're great basketball players for the level they play at, which is a professional level.
It's a privilege to be here with you another year.
What a thrill we have every summer.
Beautiful basketball. Our final score once again, Overseas Elite 86, Team Challenge ALS 83. For Fran Fraschilla, Jen Hale, and our entire crew, I'm Doug Sherman. This has been the basketball tournament, Overseas Elite, for the 3rd time in a row, champions of TBT.
All this in bed mud.
Hustling.
Ladies and gentlemen,